What's going on, everyone? So, yesterday, the Los Angeles Lakers locked up the 3 seed, which is great. But in that game, you saw LeBron James appear to re-aggravate his groin injury. And of course, many people in Lakers Nation are worried, right? Rightfully so, right? Groin injury is no joke, right? If he ends up missing time, we can kiss any championship hopes and aspirations goodbye. He missed 2 weeks because of the previous groin injury. Last thing we need is him to re-aggravate it. And a lot of people are looking at like, hey, he didn't play. He didn't come back into the game. He didn't do any of that, right? So should we be concerned? But no, I don't believe so. And why don't I believe so? Because they've said not to. Right? They said it was essentially precautionary. If this was like a 5-point game late, then yeah, maybe LeBron would have came back in the game. But the game was over at that point, right? At that point, you're just trying to maintain. And there's no reason to rush back and hurry back LeBron James. And then he ends up, tearing his groin or something crazy, knock on wood, something crazy like that. And then now he's out for the postseason or anything in those regards, right? It's just better to, hey, if this was a playoff game in a tight race, would he have probably went back out there? From what JJ said about like, he's fine. We're not worried about it. It's good. Why would they say that otherwise? Now you could argue that, they just don't want to, worry or send a message or, let your opponent that you're going to play in the playoffs know that, hey, LeBron's hobbled, right? But I also think that, because they said the same stuff last go around, right? There was all this toxic, maybe LeBron can miss 8 weeks and all this stuff. And, I said, he's going to miss 2 weeks, if that. And, they came out, they were like, he's fine. He'll probably miss, a week or two. And then like within a week, they were like, yeah, he'll be back soon. Like we're just not trying to rush him back. The rest is going to be a good thing, right? Lakers are about to get, a week off of rest, the main guys. I don't imagine that they'll play them in Portland tomorrow. So that rest will be very important. Now, the one thing that I do think is of concern is not that particular moment, but just the groin in general, right? Because we saw this, what was it, the 2021 season, right? Like right before the playoffs, he re-aggravated, I think it was his ankle or his foot, right? And he was essentially on one leg, kind of hobbled in that playoffs, right? And that was the game where Anthony Davis was dominating the Phoenix Suns, right? And then he ended up going down, and LeBron, again, he was on one leg. He just wasn't able to get back and keep us afloat. Because Anthony Davis was, if we could get to the next round, Anthony Davis might come back and something could happen. But LeBron was already, he was cooked at that point. So there is a level of concern, in my opinion, of, hey, we got to kind of watch that and manage that. Again, knock on wood, send our prayers, whatever, right? Like, make sure LeBron can kind of manage that throughout the course of the postseason, which I do imagine he can, but it's a lot of wear and tear come playoff time, right? Because he's not going to be playing, in the playoffs, in the regular season, depending on when it happens, like, you can just be like, hey, we'll play LeBron like 20 minutes so he doesn't or 25 minutes so he doesn't, hurt himself or anything like that. Good thing is, too, is LeBron has done a really good job of adjusting to kind of being the third guy. He's never going to be the third guy. We all know that. At any point, he could just give me the ball and just go. But you've seen LeBron kind of adjust to playing more off ball, letting Luka and Austin Reeves cook. Luka and Austin Reeves have cooked. And then LeBron just kind of picks his spots, right? Like, you'll see LeBron will go on like an 8-0 scoring burst. And then, he won't score again for, even before. So you have if I'm not mistaken, he didn't score in the second half, right? I know, again, he had the injury, but he was in the game for like 6 minutes or whatever before that. So, he had like 14, I believe, at halftime and ended up finishing the game with 14, right? And he got that in the first half because he was just being aggressive early on because they knew we need to win this game. We win this game, all is right, all is good. We can, handle our business, and now we lock up the 3 seed. But, you saw LeBron kind of come out. They had the lead. Luka and Reeves were cooking. Dorian Finney-Smith was shooting the lights out. It was kind of like, just let everyone else do it. I'll just be playmaker and facilitate. That's the luxury that LeBron has now, is going under the assumption that Reeves will continue to play at the level he's been playing, which I don't know why he wouldn't. He's been killing it. And then Luka looks full-fledged Luka, right? He looks full rhythm, ready to go. So you take in account that LeBron can let those two just go, right? And LeBron can kind of manage and not overexert himself. And then if there is a spot where it's like, okay, the game's starting to feel like it's kind of getting away from us a little bit, boom, here's LeBron, right? LeBron can kind of go on a spurt or whatever. Like, I imagine he was going to do that regardless. Like, I don't think playoff LeBron was going to be like, okay, I'm going to dominate the ball. I'm going to, no, I think he was still going to play how we've seen him play these last, 10 games or whatever since he came back, and kind of just let Luka and Reeves be them, which is what he said the moment we traded for Luka, right? I'm going to let Luka be Luka. We're best with the ball in his hands. Reeves can be Reeves, and then I'll kind of fill in the gaps and figure it out, right? And I mean, he even reiterated that on Mind the Game, right? He understands. Let the workhorses be the workhorses. You're 40 in year 22, right? We need LeBron. That doesn't mean I want LeBron just like coasting and taking plays off or what. No, like we still need LeBron. There's going to be games or sequences or moments or stretches where we do need LeBron to just turn the clock back a little bit, right? Dial it forward a little bit and be the LeBron James we know he can be. But if he doesn't have to do that night in and night out, game in and game out, that's good, right? Even if you got to lose a game just to like keep him in it, and you do what you're supposed to do in order to like advance to the next round. Because again, the growing injury is something that I don't want to undersell it, but I also don't I see a lot of panic. A lot of people like, Lakers could be cooked. LeBron James. That I don't. Again, everyone said it's not an issue. They all said it's not an issue. The last go around, he came back and he looked great until that sequence, right? I mean, he had a couple games, where he was out of rhythm, but he was moving well, moving fine. Same thing coming into the postseason this year, right? Like, I expect LeBron James to kind of manage it. At any point, you could call on number 23, and he'll go handle the business if you need it, right? But you don't want him to overexert himself anyway, regardless, right? Like, going in the post, like if Austin Reeves and Luka can essentially handle it, right? Why would you want LeBron to overexert himself? Let him, when that game does come or that series does come where it's like, okay, Luka and Reeves by themselves can't handle it. We need LeBron. Now he can go and just, lay the hammer in the second round, or if it's the first round, say maybe it's a game 6 or something like that, or a closeout game. Hey, we have a chance to close it out. LeBron goes, hey, don't worry about it. I got it, right? Like, let's close this out. Right? That's the luxury. So again, not worried, because again, everyone that would know all said, don't worry about it. So why would we doubt them? Why would we assume that they're just making it up or lying? They said it last time, and they were right. LeBron, he's going to get some treatment. He's going to go through stretching. He's going to go through all this stuff and gear up. He's got a week to figure it out, right? So even if he did re-aggravate it and it was like a concern, again, he has a week to get it together. Right. So it's not like something where he didn't like strain it again, where it's like he's going to miss another 2 or 3 weeks. No, it's just something like if it is, kind of bothering him, he's got a week to get it right, week to figure it out, handle business, get the first round done swiftly. Right. Then you get a couple days to kind of regroup and stuff. Don't play games. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.